of the game, I remain solid. They toot their nose up cause I don't fuck with everybody. Cause they really hiding demons deep off in their closet. I'd rather pull up to the bank and make a new deposit. I'm a product of the real cause I move in silence. Eternal poetry.
What up, what up? What it do, world? We back again, man, for another episode.
Yes, sir.
I am your host, Pop.
You rocking with your boy Fella.
And we are the MiNDSET Podcast. Yeah, man, you rocking with another episode.
Another one, baby.
Yeah, man. How's everything, dog?
I'm liking the new mindset imagery.
Yeah,
If
man.
I might say, you know what I mean?
We got to step it up, man. Step by step.
Step by step. We stay improving what we got going on.
Yeah, man, we trying. We trying to get it right.
If y'all been rocking with us for a while, or shit, since forever, we've always had a backdrop. But we chose to switch up the backdrop and get more mindful, you know what I'm saying, of what we talking about and what we portraying. Right. And I like the backdrop.
Absolutely, man.
I love it, to be honest, you know what I mean? And
absolutely.
We always sipping something good, so we might as well.
For sure, man.
Brandish what we got going on.
Let's get a little toast in.
Let's get it in.
You know what I mean? Little beverage. You know what I mean?
And we got some topics to bring to y'all, you know what I mean? But before all that,
y'all know we keep that heat.
We always keep it, but how you been feeling since the last episode, Pop?
I've been feeling good, man.
Yeah.
I feel like my mental space has been opening up a little bit. It's almost like I'm finding a routine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like I find time to work my day job.
Yeah.
I find time to be creative. I'm starting to find time to read.
Yeah.
I'm finding time to try to improve my diet.
Yes.
Working out.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty much just finding the balance.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It be about that finding the balance.
Yeah.
And
man.
I've been doing the same. You know, as this year's winding down, you start putting things in perspective and just ready to top it off the right way. You know what I mean? Right. Top off the year the right way. And
for sure.
And get into that right mindset. But
for sure.
As we all know, the music is a revolving cycle like it always is, and it's still steady music getting pushed out and music getting listened to and tunes played, you know what I mean? So
think about how many new projects we introduced like last episode. And it's like, bro, it's probably just about the same, if not more.
Yeah.
Like
you ain't even get to listen to those good enough.
That's why they don't last no more. Like, bro, a good 2 weeks. If you last 2 weeks, you like a god now.
Now it's like when they put the music out, and like you said, if you last 2 weeks, it makes you wonder, okay, I'm gonna put these albums here to retouch them and resurface them because
retouch them.
Some of them getting pushed out and they not getting retouched and resurfaced because they're not good enough.
That's a fact.
They're not good enough. And
no replay value.
No replay value. And if I'm listening to your joint and weeks at a time, days at a time, weeks at a time go by, okay, if it was pushed out at the same time as other artists that I'm favorable of, it might slip. I might not get to catch you until week 2 or week 3, just tapping into your whole album. But once I hit it, and I replay it one more time and that value goes down and I'm not replaying it, it's kind of going to flink down until 1 or 2 tracks that I might throw on a playlist.
Right.
But listen to that whole album and doing it all that, you got to be pushing it now. You got to push on something because there's so much more music getting dropped at the same time.
That's a fact. I feel like too, man, I feel like I got like a God-given ability.
Yeah, you spoke on that too.
I can skim an album and pick out the best song within like 5 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
Shit might have 19 tracks on it. I'm skimming through just like that. I'm not really focusing so much on what the lyrics are saying.
Right.
But I'm focusing on the production, the vocal tone, and like all around just how the track feels.
What is it? Is it that first single that they push out to make you dive into the album, or
it depends?
It depends on who the artist is.
It depends on who the artist is. Like a lot of these artists, I'm already fans of, and it's like if I feel like an artist is real popular, like I'll tap into it even if I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, I get you. Yep.
So like I always tell people this, like when I go to a club and I hear people singing a song word for word,
Yeah.
and I don't know the lyrics, it's like a bow to the face.
Yeah, because it's like, why I don't know the lyrics.
I don't like to be left out about shit like that. Like,
yeah.
if I'm in this industry and you know what I'm saying, we talking about music all the time, we got a hip hop podcast.
Yep.
I should know everything that's hot.
That's a fact.
Like I should be in tune just as much as a DJ.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Let's tap into some of these projects. I guess, you know what I'm saying, for starters. We got the Roddy Ricch.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Roddy Ricch. Feed the Streets 3. Decent project. For one, you know, I didn't know he was this young. I didn't know he was 24 years old. This album has 15 tracks on it.
Good amount of tracks. Shout out to him for, you know what I'm saying, for putting out. He came out with a banger.
Thinking about it.
So shout out to him for, you know what I mean, pushing out a track that shocks the world early on, and he rode the wave.
Yeah.
That's why niggas didn't know he was that young. But I like the music that he dropped up until this point. You know what I mean? He has a fan base. His feature game is right. And he always had 1 or 2 singles off the album that does well. You know what I mean? It's good on reviews. It's the impact stays strong throughout the whole year. That's what I can say about him. And shout out to his Funk Flex freestyle, because he went up there on some shit.
I did like that funk.
Yeah, he went up there on some shit, and
I did like that
he
funk
dropped
flex.
it. He dropped what he did up there. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to that. Shout out to Roddy Ricch and that Funk Flex freestyle. Funk, she gonna tell you if you if you lived up to the bar or not. His facial expressions and that motherfucker be doing all type of shit in front of the camera. But Roddy went up there and held his own, and you know what I'm saying, represent for the West Coast and for the young up and comers. So shout out to Roddy. Shout out to that boy Roddy for that.
For sure, man. As far as features, you know, we got Lil Durk. Mm-hmm. You got really just 2. Huh?
Ty Dolla $ign.
Ty Dolla $ign. After skimming the record, so what I do, man, I like to skim. Really, I let the album play all the way through first. Yeah. And then I skim.
Yeah. That's
so
what
it's like
I do.
There's 2 listens in, and already this record he has called Favor for a Favor. That's the hottest shit on there.
I do like.
It's a jam. It's a banger.
I do like Favor for a Favor.
It's a banger.
I do like Favor for a Favor.
You know, he got the joint Twin. I know a lot of people think that's a sleeper with Lil Durk.
To me, it's average.
The number 1 freak with Ty Dolla $ign. You think it's average?
Yeah, I think it's average.
I think it's average.
I think it's average.
It's not his best song. It's not his best song.
Stop Breathing. I do like Stop Breathing. And I think that's one of his singles that he's pushing off the album. Well, I know that's one of his singles that he's pushing off the album. That's Stop Breathing.
Yeah. I just think it's not much versatility on the album to me. I just think, man, we get so caught up in using auto-tune that it takes away of the originality sometimes.
It does, bro.
I mean,
his flow is staying the same on most of the tracks.
It sounds like exactly the same.
I'm not saying it's good or bad, but it's like, as a body of work, have some diversity in there. You dig what I'm saying? Most of the times, like coming up, it was the interludes that did it. Like, so you'll have 3 or 4 tracks, and then you'll run into an interlude, and then the next track is kind of the excuse me, the tempo of the album is going to change a little bit of shift, or you might have a big track with a big artist right after the interlude. You know what I mean? It's like a basis to swank up your album a little bit.
Right. And I think that's like a lost art. Like,
yeah.
And you, I know you had checked out the Letter to My Son record.
Letter to My Son. So that's the final album on the track. I like the title, and that track right there, I kind of like that track too. It kind of stands out more so than his other tracks, but a good 15 tracks on the album. It's a decent body of work, and I'm sure he gonna really release more visuals. And, keep on doing the spin with the album. But
so what's the single? The Stop Breathing is the single?
That's one of the singles. Yep.
He got a video to that, right?
I haven't checked the video yet.
Man, he be having some dope ass visuals.
Yeah, his shit definitely do be dope, yo.
But yeah, just to go back to what you said about interludes, I kind of feel like it's a lost art. You know, you have your artists. You know, some of the artists, like let's say Kendrick, you got J. Cole, you got even people like Smino. Let's take for instance Smino. So
yep.
Smino has different parts of his album that just feel like home.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, I always said Smino has some real house party type records.
Okay.
But like his interludes, like leading into the, even if it's not considered an interlude on the album, some of the transitions into the songs is dope as hell.
Yeah.
Like that's what gives the albums like real character.
Yeah. The meaning to the album.
Saying?
It's the back body to the album. That's how I feel. Yeah.
Like when you finish listening to an album, that shit should really feel like you just watched a movie.
Yeah, definitely.
And I like shit like that.
I like you said, it's a lost art as far as putting the interludes into the track. Putting the interludes into the album, because it keeps the story base of the album. If you really want to sit down and let the album ride through let the album ride out, you gotta have little parts in there that's connecting the dots through the album.
Absolutely.
If not, it's just gonna feel like you put 15 tracks on an album instead of making a full body of work.
15 singles.
15 singles on an album, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, that ain't how an album's supposed to be.
Go back into them Outkast days, the Aquemini and shit like that, those type of albums where they're tying all the tracks together and it's the interludes that's helping tie them together.
Yeah.
That's the type of shit I like.
Like that goddamn, you know, I think Stank On You is one of they better albums.
Yeah, shout out to Stank On You. Definitely one of they most...
when that nigga come on, that nigga said, I think I can.
Yeah.
Aboard the Express Railroad.
They always on some shit though. They see it depends on who, like you said, who the artist is and who the group is. But I think and not only the interludes, the visuals too.
Yeah.
Because we're in the era of all the fans wanting to see every move, and you know, there's so many social sites and social events that's going on.
Right.
The visuals stand out too. Somebody who else is good with the visuals, who I want to shout out, is Gunna. When he drops visual to his tracks, it's always a good visual. You feel what I'm saying? Kendrick too.
That last video he shot where they're in the hospital.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yep.
I think I left the hospital. Might need another liver.
Yeah.
Man, then this shit couldn't be no realer. He got Turbo in that bit. Like, I be watching. So Turbo is one of the producers with Playmakers.
Okay.
And I be watching a vlog that he was doing around that time, and they kind of showed some of the behind the scenes with Big Meat's son. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit is hard, bro. Damn, I think, bro, that's Gunna's best album.
And before his latest incidents where he's trying to work out now, he was tapping into the movies. He was tapping into the script. He got a movie on Tuba Well, I call it Tubi, but it's Tubi. You dig what I'm saying? I say Tubi, but
Hey.
he got some joint on there where you could tell he could tap into the acting realm. He could tap into that type of bag too. Mm-hmm. He's showcasing his skills. So
for sure.
And that definitely leaves off from the visuals of the videos from the song. So
right, for sure.
So shout out to Roddy for that. We see you, young nigga.
Absolutely, man.
Let me mention YG. Now he dropped the album called "I Got Issues."
Okay.
And yeah, man, he got some joints on there. Yeah, you gonna hear he got some joints on there. One of the joints I want to point out is "Toxic." That's one of the joints he's leading out with. It's fire. It has a sample on the back of it. All I wanna do is yeah. So he twisted that. Shout out to him. I want to say Mustard is on there with him. I think Mustard recreated
Mary
it.
J? I think that's Mary J.
That's Mary J. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it's Mary J. Well, yeah, it's Mary J. Yeah. See, y'all ain't dropping good R&B now these days. We
gotta tap back into the old.
We gotta tap back into the real R&B, man. But on that album, he got Moneybagg Yo. He got J. Cole. That's a good track too. Scared Money. YG, J. Cole, and Moneybagg. He got Her on the album. He got Roddy Ricch, Post Malone.
I'm finna get that right now.
Yeah, get that right now. I Got Issues. So YG dropped the serious one, and I know he's still putting out visuals and you know what I mean, shedding light on the other tracks. But Toxic is one of the ones that jumped out and one of the ones that I was feeling when I heard that. He got Nas on there too. It's called No Weapon. YG and Nas. God. So he put some work into YG put some work into this album. You know what I mean?
YG
And
going crazy.
He's showing that he's one of the artists that's growing as an artist too. So he got into some legal issues early in his career. He got into some other, issues that all the artists get into when they high profile artists. And he just showing that he really can make music. So
the last time I really tapped into YG was 2019. He had an album called For Real, For Real.
Okay.
Man, he got a song on there called Keisha Had a Baby.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's a joint. Actually, I'm finna put that on my playlist.
Yeah, definitely tune into your playlist.
But yeah, man, shout out to YG. Shout out to keeping the West Coast alive.
Keeping the West Coast alive, man.
He really like the epitome of that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Styles and all that, from the slang to the styles to the sound.
Exactly.
He keep it thorough. He keep it West Coast out. For sure.
Why
you let me mention another artist. Real Boston Richie. Yeah. That's a youngin' coming up in the game out of Tallahassee, Florida.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And he said he's making a stamp on the game right now. So I like that he teamed up with Future. I like that Future's co-signing the youngin'. And you know what I mean? Really showing them the game, and they making good music together. Certified, excuse me. He got certified. First of all, the album is called Public Housing.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's showing you he getting out of he getting it out of the housing. I Want You, that's one feature he got with Future on there. It's a single. I think it's the second single. And the first single is the Bullseye 2. Shit going crazy, man.
Fair.
Beat going crazy.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, let me tap in to see who the beat. Metro. Matter of fact, nah, Metro didn't produce that. Excuse me. But yeah. So he's a youngin' that he's gonna be here. He's gonna be around for a while, long as he wants to be around.
Yeah.
But this album right here, he got Lil Durk on there. Like I said, he got Future on 2 tracks. He got Kodak on there. That's the Florida connection. Yeah. You dig what I'm saying? Sure. And he got Moneybagg on there. So, but it's a good 17 tracks. The boy's going crazy. Crazy. And he just showcasing that he's gonna be a problem. Yeah. So shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Real Boston Richie.
I like his sound, man.
Yeah.
He definitely putting on for the young niggas.
Definitely.
He got the vibe. He got the image. He got the street side of shit.
Yeah. It take all them elements nowadays, don't it?
It take all that shit.
Word.
He really like. I'm gonna make a weird comparison.
Okay.
He really like the Pooh Shiesty of Atlanta. To me,
it feel like that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm still tapping into him, but you know what I mean. He got that type of.
And you say Atlanta because Future done brought him into the whole fold of the shit.
Before you said Florida, right?
Yeah.
Before you said that, like I thought he was from the city.
That's how you could feel. You feel what I'm saying?
I mean, you can catch some of his words and like the way he enunciates shit. Like, you may not think he from around here, but like he gonna put on like he from the city. He represent the city like. It's a whole bunch of folk down here in the A like that really fuck with him. Yeah, definitely. I cut a lot of dudes hair that fuck with him. Yeah, he definitely hit. That's why I say he hit me on for a minute. Yeah, he and I like the way he rap. You feel what I'm saying? He say some slick shit. The production is always crazy. See, these artists these days, their production is they got some sound. These folk creating sounds. They creating sounds. They creating sounds. And as long as the money and the fame don't get to his head, he gonna be around for a good. He remind me. You said who did you mention? He remind you of Pooh Shiesty. He said he remind you of Pooh Shiesty. To me, he remind me of the young Kodak coming up and about to disrupt shit. I like that too, though. I like that too. So he coming out hard with that. Kodak stepping on shit. Yeah, Kodak still stepping. Definitely. It's so many, man. It's a lot, bro. But yeah, man, shout out Boston Richie. Yeah. Project I want to get into, Derez Deshaun. Tap into the boy. He got a project out called Bigger Than Me. Now I think this is the first project he released, you know, in a while. Couple years. I feel like he kind of had some personal things going on in his life, but this album didn't disappoint. He got 20 songs on this project. He got a few features. Maray. Okay. I think that's one of the singles on there. He got Money Moo. You know that hidden. He got Money Moo on that bit. He got a feature from Girlfriend, Big Boogie, and I'm not sure who this is. Might be Gold. Wow, what Gold been in? One Shot Deal. So my favorite, I'm trying to figure out my favorite joint on here. The intro, fire. No Days Off. No Days Off. It come in, it ain't really got no drums to it. It's kind of just, I don't know why I'm so drawn to them. It's funny that you say the intro's fire because you're usually an outro kind of guy. I'm an outro nigga. And I'm an intro kind of guy. So I know when you say the intro fire, I got to go tap into the intro. For sure. Say you love me now. He on that bitch going crazy. Played so many times, I feel like. And shout out to the rest because he always been crazy. A motherfucking melodic. He always been the king of the melodics. He really like one of the pioneers of the pain. One of the pioneers, yeah. I mean, I don't want to say one of the pioneers of the pain, but he created a style that people are following. You said one of the features that's on his joint, Maray, is one of the Maray, and I would say Maray and like Rod Wave. But I think Derez the best. I do too. He got more swagger with that shit. He got, I don't know, man. It's like he done lived a lot. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He talk a lot about his children and how they were basically saying like they didn't think he loved them at one point because he couldn't really spend time with them. He was on the road. Yeah. There's a lot of shit going on, man. So he diving deep into his. A lot of that shit real, and then he got some skits like we were just talking about. He got some skits or some interludes that kind of show you how real this nigga is. Yeah. And my boy done got the wicks in his hair. You know what I mean? Okay. He doing the Florida shit right now. Okay. But definitely that Dirty Mirror, I think that was one of the singles he released. fire. Trying to think, residue. I got a residue on. That money got residue on it. That shit going stupid.
See, sometimes when you take a few years to drop a project, it be something that been stewing for a while.
Yeah.
He probably seemed like he had something stewing. He has issues, legal issues and all that.
Yeah.
But as long as you got something stewing that you ready to push out when the time is ready, and you do it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Not just tracks that you make and be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna throw this on this, throw this on that. Nah.
Right. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sacrifices is another one of my favorite songs on there.
Okay.
But yeah, man, if you haven't already, go tap into the Derez to Shine. I think that shit a banger.
Definitely tap in. Derez still got something to say out here.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? He still got fans that's ready for some good music, and he still got a crowd he got to entertain.
Yeah, for sure.
So just leading off of the Derez, we're gonna jump into another Atlanta. This guy is like he's not even an artist, he's a producer. Putting out albums, you feel me?
Yeah.
But he a producer that touched a lot of these artists.
Yeah, for sure.
Booming the hell out of there. He been booming there.
Hell yeah.
But I'm talking about Metro Boomin, man. He got a new joint called Heroes and Villains.
Okay.
And it sounded real good. You know, you got these producers that put out these compilation albums, and sometimes you can put too many artists on the track with each other. You could put too many songs on the album. You could put too many sounds together that don't blend well. But this one right here is going crazy. It's going to live on.
See, now you know I gave it a spin. My personal opinion on the project.
Yeah.
I'm gonna compare it to the Khaled album.
Okay.
I feel like Khaled just like he hears somebody on the song and it's like, I want to go get these artists. Metro Boomin, I feel like it was kind of like a vibe to begin with. I feel like Metro Boomin shit was more organic, or he locked in with an artist for a certain number of tracks.
I feel the same way.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel the same way.
Cause like Don Toliver is on what, like 3-4 joints.
Don Toliver on 3-4 joints.
I feel like they just locked in.
Yeah.
Like they created an environment, and whatever came from that. Yeah. Like they probably did more songs than that, but let's say they did 8 songs.
Yep.
We kept 4 of them.
Yeah.
But like Khaled, I feel like he just try to go get the most talented person and the most popping person at the same time and force them.
That's
on
what
track.
I feel. That's exactly the vibe I feel when it comes to that. Khaled already has in his mind the artist he wants to go scope out,
right,
and make a track with. As far as
right.
Metro, he's creating the track and saying, I already vibed out in the studio with this artist for a couple tracks. He's gonna sound, his vibe is gonna sound right on this track right here that I'm making.
Right.
And I'm gonna make this track around, see what I mean? Surrounded by this vibe and have these artists on here. And that's exactly what it is. Like you said, you got Don on this album a couple times. You got 21 on this album a couple times. You got Future on here a few times. Travis Scott. They got some good body of work on here.
For sure.
Creeping is fire with The Weeknd. I wish they would have switched out the artists as far as 21. I wish they would have put a melodic artist on there to join The Weeknd with that, because it's kind of a sample. It's a Marvin. What's up, boy from Bad Boy? I don't wanna know.
Mario Winans. Yeah.
That's the track they did over Creeping. It's fire. Most of these tracks from this album is fire. Yeah, I don't wanna know.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mario Winans for that. But
we got John Legend, Chris Brown.
A lot of joints on here. And I like the way Metro blended them together. You know what I'm saying? He got an interlude on here, I Can't Save You, with Future and Don Toliver. They sound amazing together. I want to hear them with an album together, Don Toliver and Future. The track Creeping, he could have put a different artist on there than 21, and that ain't no slack to 21. 21 got a couple tracks on here that 21's going crazy on, but you got The Weeknd on here, which is a R&B singer, you know what I mean, melodic, real savvy with his voice. Put another melodic artist on there other than a hardcore rapper like 21 because the beat is kind of melodic. You feel me?
Right.
So that I get slack to that, but this track is still fire. And he got another track called Lock on Me. Travis Scott, Future is going crazy. With Travis jumping in and out this album a lot. And I feel like he about to drop something crazy. He about to drop something. But
yeah.
Feel the Fire. That's the shit with ASAP Rocky and Takeoff.
Okay.
And that's a different kind of vibe when you putting those two artists together.
It is.
It
really is. I listened to that shit before I left the house. Yeah, it really is.
It's a different type of vibe in it.
Hell
So
yeah.
Metro, you know, being a producer, you hear you do music with these artists individually, and you know, like, damn, I want in the back of his mind, he thinking like, yo, I could really hear him on the track with him. Mm-hmm. And you just compile that in your memory bank, so when you're ready to drop your own shit, you start making these tracks for them. You know what I'm saying? Other than as far as Khaled, we just compare and contrasting. You know, Khaled, he'll have a track already ready, and he'll be like, man, these two hard artists been the top artists of the year. Yeah. Let me snatch them and put them on the track instead of compiling them and making the track for them.
Yeah, for sure. Also, too, man, I think it was a dope. I looked at it as a tribute.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because this album did come out after Takeoff's passing.
Yeah.
And, you know, who knows? It may have been more verses of other people that got on the track.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying? Good producers, they narrow that shit down.
Definitely.
And, yeah, man, I thought it was a dope record.
And I want to give my praise and blessings and shout out to Metro because he had a fatality in his family too around the same time he's creating this album. So he stayed strong. Yeah. He did what he loves to do, which is create music, and he stayed in a creative space throughout one of the toughest times in his career, in his life.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
All hands and all claps to him for putting together a nice album. Heroes and Villains, y'all. That's the joint.
Heroes and Villains, man.
Yeah.
Another album I want to get into is shit. We can't go no further without talking about the King's Disease 3.
You gotta talk about the third one. You feel what I'm saying?
3P, nigga.
Nasty Nas, Esco, the big homie, the Don.
Nas and Hit Boy, nigga.
The Thunderous, yes.
17 joints on here, man.
Yep.
You know, I seen a post that said it ain't no features on here. But you know it's a feature on here.
Yeah.
So the only one that I really recognized was Mario.
Okay.
I can't remember what song it is though.
I think it's is it Once a Man, Twice a Child?
Maybe so.
Or if it's
Mario
not that,
definitely singing on one.
It's the bonus. It might have been till my last breath, but I definitely heard him in there. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But it's not like listed.
But you could say another one that's not listed.
Who's that?
Oh, my nigga Eddie Kane.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Word. Shout out to Eddie Kane. Legit.
For sure,
and I gotta give all the credit to Hit Boy on that. Just for creating these dope beats, man. It's like him and Nas are locked in the studio and they creating these beats. It's not Hit Boy. It's a few of them that he brings to the table, say, Nas, I got a beat. But for the most part, they're in there and they're creating these beats together while the vibe is still raw.
Yeah.
These niggas probably spending 13, 14 hours a day just in there vibing with each other.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I like this shit, man. It's all about creating that chemistry. Like, if I was a producer, which I do a little bit. You
dibble and dabble a little bit.
But I would want to lock in with an artist.
Yeah.
I would want to produce an entire album, but I would want to produce that over a course of time. Let's say we lock in for like 2 months, 2-3 months.
Yeah.
And I'm learning you as we go.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm learning what sounds you like. I'm learning the drum patterns you like. You know what I'm saying? And I'm learning. Now, don't take my word for this, but I think Hit Boy be engineering these sessions.
I believe so too.
I think.
I believe so too.
You know, he mentioned, I heard in the interview where he mentioned he said he got like a little spot where he go off and smoke.
Okay.
'Cause I think he just had a son. He said he go off in this little corner to smoke, shut the door or whatever. He said he opened the door back up and his son is sitting in Nas's lap while he writing the verse.
While Nas is writing the verse.
Yeah. Shit is fire.
Man,
that's
I hope he got
shit,
I hope he got a visual or video of that.
I hope he documented that.
I hope he documented that.
If I was a big time producer like that, like camera rolling at all times.
See, just feeding off of what you just saying now, it's factual. You know how I know it's factual? How they want that vibe to be shown and illustrated. They got it in the track.
Yeah.
It's called Michael and Quincy. See, Michael Jackson and Quincy Jones, they were tapped in together in the studio making these songs.
Right.
Thriller album, Off the Wall. They're really feeding off energy off each other and really making this music. And that's what Nas and Hit Boy have been doing since King Disease 1.
Yeah.
And the Magic album and all the rest of them. They're in there really feeding off each other. That's why it sounded so good and that's why they could make these tracks so fast.
Right.
So just giving you the a rundown of the tracks that I like, I'm favorable of. Of course, the legit Eddie Kane on the back. Yeah, if y'all don't know, do your research on the 5 Heartbeats. Go watch it if you ain't watched it. That Thun. Now,
Queensbridge.
that's crazy because, and I'm gonna do an album review on this album.
King in the
You know, at the top of the year, I did an album review on the Magic album. I'm gonna end it off with the Nas album review, King Disease 3. But Jay-Z and Nas, if y'all don't know, they had a big back and forth they was going through in their career, and he's dropping lines about it on this track called Thun. You know what I'm saying? He's saying, I still text homie out the blue.
Tell him this shit ain't over.
Tell him this shit ain't over. You know what I'm saying? Just on some laugh out loud shit. Just on some competitive. We still here with it. We still in our late 40s and 50s and still making this good music that we talk of. So that's done. And then you got Michael and Quincy, dope visual. He's dropping jewels. He's dropping information about how Michael Jackson and Quincy Jones sparked some shit back in the day. That's what Nas does, you know what I'm saying? Right. He's dropping jewels. That's a hot joint. 30, Hood to Hood. Well, he's naming all the hoods, most of the hoods in New York that he's ran through, and that's worth mentioning. Reminisce. He got some shit on here. What the fuck? Shaking my head.
Yeah.
What can I say, man?
SMH. That shit. Hey, but at 30 though, 30.
Yeah.
Going on 30 something. Going on 30 something. That shit go crazy.
He going on 3 decades in here. That's what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? 30 years in here. And me and Pop spoke on the beat switching. We really ain't too heavy of fans of that, but the way Hit Boy is doing it on this.
The way so
it starts off
Michael and Quincy got a
that beat switch.
When we went to the game that night, and I heard that shit.
Yeah,
I said, "Ooh."
The beat switching it'd be crazy, man. And I don't know. That's how I know they locked in because you don't do that shit off somebody send you a beat and you don't do it off of that.
Right.
You got to be in the studio with him, and he rhyming and the shit switching. He like, yo, pause that shit. What you got going on, Hit Boy? You got some shit going on. Let me get my lyrics down off of this and let's spark it up for real.
For sure.
And this shit gonna blow out the water.
Absolutely, man.
Shout out to King Disease 3. You feel me? A good 16 tracks with a bonus track on there, so that's 17 tracks. And I bet they got more to come.
Classic, man.
Classic.
My opinion, anyway.
Yeah. So you got any more albums to mention?
Yeah, man. I got a few I just want to mention that, you know what I'm saying, we ain't really tapped all the way into yet. Let's see. Finesse 2 Times.
Yeah.
He just dropped the album called 90 Days. I listened to it a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He got a joint on there with Lil Baby that I really like.
Yeah.
You know, he got Takeoff, Gucci Mane, Moneybag Yo on there.
I like the track list, man. Shout out to Finesse.
Like the track list. I want to know, like you said earlier, I want a little bit more about the title.
Yeah.
90 Days.
What's about the 90 days? Word.
I don't really know exactly what that's referring to.
I feel like just from you know, looking on YouTube and shit, as far as in the time, not doing the back searching, but just as time was rolling on, I feel like he got signed 90 days after he got out.
Maybe.
I'm thinking of something like that.
Is he signed to Jay Prince, son?
Well, I'm not talking about that deal. I'm talking about the deal he signed with Moneybag.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You might be right.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I know that he, you know, I think he was speaking like disrespectfully about Moneybag, and then they got out and they squashed it.
Yeah,
or whatever.
That's what it's all about too. You know what I mean? Getting a better understanding.
And then he did sign to him, so
yeah. But anywho, the 90 days does have meaning behind it.
Yeah.
So the 90 days definitely has meaning.
And I like the piece that he got made. He got a bracelet made to resemble a handcuff. But that shit flooded with diamonds.
Yeah, it is.
That shit fire.
And it's broken off, so it's like the upper piece is still on, but it ain't attached to nothing. I'm out of that can. I try to motherfucking salvage me too.
Hell yeah.
That's the meaning behind that.
That shit dope. Babyface Ray got a project called MOB. Listen to it a little bit. Yeah. I ain't really tapped all the way into it, but it sounded pretty good. Got Lil Durk on there, Blast, Naja, Doughboy, GMO Stacks. Yeah, got quite a few features on there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tap into that a little bit more.
Gotta talk about 38 Special Harry Fraud.
38 Special Harry Fraud. Trust. You know what I mean?
So it's called Beyond Belief. He came with another one, 38 Special. Harry Fraud. Shout out to Harry Fraud because he pulling all the tricks out the bag now.
For sure.
He got the game sold up with Dave East. He got the game sold up with Jim Jones. He got the game sold up with a lot of these artists, especially from the East Coast, and he just making his way through the rest of the whole state, all the states.
Yeah.
He gonna hit the Midwest. He gonna hit West Coast. He gonna Harry Fraud know what he got going on. But this one is Beyond Belief. It's 10 tracks on here, 10 solid joints. I want to speak on a few of them. So let's start off with Special. So Special. Stove God Cooks on there. They got a visual, and they sound good. So Stove God's an up-and-coming artist. He been doing this thing. I first noticed him off of the 2 Chainz album.
I think he signed to Benny and them.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta see what's up. His son, he got a few tracks with him.
Cause he was at the show.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, you didn't go with me.
He was at the show?
Yeah, it was him. It was
But that was the shit Griselda headlined it, right?
Armani Caesar.
Yeah.
Like all of them was there.
Right.
So with him being there, I feel like he affiliated with them or he might be signed to them.
He's definitely affiliated, but is he signed or not? We don't know. But he's definitely affiliated.
He on some paperwork. He on some paperwork.
Word.
Shit.
I like the Band of Brothers tracks. That's Ransom on there.
Incredible.
Yeah. Incredible joint. So
that's the one that Benny on, right?
Benny the Butcher, Ransom, and 38 Special, Band of Brothers. And they got a few tracks together, so they really roll like a Band of Brothers anyway. They on each other's albums, they on each other's projects. He got Conway on there, 223s, Wiz Khalifa on there, Back to the Shore, you dig what I'm saying? And he got Currency on there, Mint Green. It's definitely an album worth checking out if you fuck with 38 or if you fuck with any of the artists have name. Or if you fuck with Harry Fraud. Shout out to that. Shout out to 38 keeping his catalog growing.
For sure.
Yeah.
He definitely one of the superior bar spitters out here.
Definitely.
I seen a video that surfaced recently of him beating up. I don't know if it's a dude from his hood or whatever. 38 basically choking the nigga out, punching him in the face, like basically calling him a snitch.
Yeah.
I don't know what the situation is, but man, come on, 38.
He doing him dirty.
You gotta chill on that shit. Fuck around, get locked up for some dumb shit.
Not for them reasons, man. Come on, man.
But yeah, man, shout out 38 Special.
Yeah.
Let's tap into a little bit of these Grammys, man.
Let's do it.
The Grammy nominations came out. Let's start it off with the R&B category. Best R&B performance. You got Beyonce, Virgo's Groove, Mary J. Blige and Anderson .Paak with Here With Me.
Okay.
You got Money Long with Hours and Hours. Lucky Day with Over. And Jasmine Sullivan with Hurt Me So Good.
Wow.
It's a tough category. Best R&B
I'm gonna give you my three. Just who's gonna be at the top of that list right there.
Right.
Lucky Day. Fucked up the whole 2022, dropping good shit. All 2022. Shout out to that.
Right.
Beyonce. You dig? Speaks for herself. And the person who just won Album of the Year last year, Jasmine Sullivan.
Facts.
So,
but you can't leave out Money Long.
You can't.
And I would just throw Money Long in there just because of the challenge, like the TikTok challenge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That shit went viral.
Yeah, when the shit go viral like that, it's always a part of you gotta throw them in the mix.
Right.
They always part of the mix when they go viral like that because we're talking about within the year. That's what these awards are given out for within that year. And if you go viral, you're a main attraction within that year.
Right.
So yeah, you definitely gotta be considered.
For sure. I'm leaning a little more towards Jasmine on that one.
I was leaning towards Jazz too because the song was so dope. But I would not, and you should not count out the Queen because you always when you just that high of a caliber of artist, like
she definitely the queen, man.
She's definitely the queen.
But she don't want to jump. She don't want to jump in no vocal battle.
Yeah. I mean, he done had a vocal spill.
Hey, Jazz the best out. Jasmine the best out.
Female vocalist.
Yeah. She light years ahead of everybody.
I fuck with Jasmine Sullivan. That one, she won the award for a reason. And 2 thumbs up to Lucky Day too because you had a hell of a year. I mean, you nominated for a reason, so
yeah, it
could go to you too. But I'm gonna say Jasmine though. I'm gonna give it to Jasmine.
For sure.
I'm gonna give it to Jasmine.
I'm gonna just skip around, man. Best R&B song. You got I'm guessing it's Beyonce. You got Cuff It by Beyonce. You know, you got Raphael Sadiq, you got The Dream. They were all, credited songwriters on that.
Yeah.
Good Morning Gorgeous by Mary J. Blige. You got Hours and Hours by Money Long. Hurt Me So Bad by Jasmine Sullivan. Please Don't Walk Away by P.J. Morton.
Now that's one I can't decide on.
I'm Jazz all the way. Jazzy.
Let Jazz bang out all the way.
I don't know. Cuff It might get it though. She got a lot of great songwriters. You know what I'm saying on that track.
Okay.
But it's a lot going on with that record. Best progressive R&B album. Best R&B album. Let's go best R&B album.
Best R&B album.
Good Morning Gorgeous Bro, I did not hear a Mary J album.
I guess it's been overshadowed by a lot of other shit.
It had to be. Mary J. Blige. Breezy by Chris Brown. Black Radio 3 by Robert Glasper. A banger!
That's a banger?
Oh my God, that's a banger!
Okay, I gotta tap in. I did hear that Breezy. That shit a banger too.
That shit a banger too. Man, Robert Glasper is a sleeper.
Okay.
Candy Drip by Lucky Day.
Yeah.
And Watch the Sun by PJ Morton. I don't know, man. I'd probably go Chris Brown with the Breezy album.
Breezy go crazy.
But that Robert Glasper album is amazing.
Okay, I gotta tap in. I haven't tapped in.
It's amazing, bro.
I gotta tap in.
Oh shit.
I gotta tap in.
Let's jump into some of these rap categories.
Yeah.
Best rap performance. God Did. DJ Khaled. Vegas by Doja Cat.
Okay.
Now, why the fuck is Doja Cat in the rap category?
You know how they do it. They gonna throw you a little bone and once in a while rip it up.
It is what it is. Pushin' P, Gunna and Future, featuring Young Thug.
Yeah.
FNF, you know what I'm saying? Fuck Nigga Free. Glorilla and Hit Kid. And The Heart Part 5, Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, that's a rough one right there.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one. Okay, so
It's a nail biter.
now
For sure.
Pushin' P was one of my favorite tracks of the year. It definitely was. But seeing that these guys got into the legal trouble, I don't think they're gonna bless them with winning that. So I'm gonna X that out. FNF by Glorilla. That's definitely it could grab it. It could grab it for sure. But then again, you got to worry about name the other ones. It was one that stood out early that you said.
God Did, Vegas by Doja Cat.
God Did.
Yeah. God
See,
Did.
now that's such a standout record. You got Hove on there, and Khaled always has
Rick Ross.
He always had these type of standout records that the commercialization of it is so big. You gonna remember it. Everybody know that saying God Did, but throughout this year.
Yeah.
So to me, that's a finalist. You got two finalists out of that award, and to me, it's God Did. And I want to say Pushin' P because that's what that slogan right there rolled through the whole year too. And the track is fire, but these guys is in legal trouble, so I don't think they're gonna bless them. So I'm gonna say God Did.
So, I mean, it's for rap, best rap performance. My opinion, The Heart Part 5 should win it.
Oh, excuse me on that, man.
It's a lot though. You know what I'm saying? You got Pushin' P, amazing record. You know what I'm saying? God Did was an amazing rap performance.
Yeah, it was.
But when I think about performance, it's not just the delivery, but it's also part of the visual.
Yeah.
And that's part of what the Grammys need to clarify.
Yeah.
Like, what is the criteria for these categories?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say The Heart Part 5 because it's amazing raps and the visual was superior.
Yeah, you gotta excuse me for that. I forgot you mentioned that. The Heart Part 5. I don't know where I was thinking, but
it's a lot though, man. Grammys.
I'll take out that Pushin' P because they're not gonna award them that, and I'll put The Heart Part 5 and God Did as the two leading tracks to win that award.
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you. Let's go, and this will be the last one. Let's go best rap album.
Okay.
God Did, DJ Khaled. I Never Liked You, Future. Come Home, The Kids Miss You, Jack Harlow. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, Kendrick. It's Almost Dry.
It's almost dry.
Yeah.
Now, Jack Harlow, right? Great track he put out to lead off with Drake.
Sure.
For sure. Visual and everything. Then you got a track with SCG that's going crazy. And then you got the First Class shit that been a hit since you put it out. So, it's some great reviews off Jack Harlow shit regardless.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? That's a fire-ass album.
I also like what he did with Brandy.
Okay, yeah, I like that shit too. Yeah, they fixed that. Yep.
Yeah.
And they performed, what was there, the Hip Hop Awards? Or was that the BET
I think
Awards?
it was the Hip Hop Awards. So that's kind of along the same lines as what Nas and 21 Savage just did.
Yeah, we're going to dive into that.
So, yeah, man, I thought that shit was dope.
Yeah, I did think that was dope.
And
Fix It while it's still fresh.
They revealed that shit on stage.
Yeah.
I thought that shit was dope.
Yeah, I like that too. So that's nothing but props to that. That's why he a finalist for it. But so the album was reviewed well. And of course the God Did album, I like it. It's dope. Not as many tracks on there as I would have wished, but it still was a pretty decent album. I liked it.
Right.
You did say Kendrick's album, right?
Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
Yeah.
Which now, even the latest video, I like the I-95 video. That shit was dope.
That shit was
that shit was dope. It was creative. And he has another joint, Early Morning Wake Ups, with my boy on there.
Early morning, wake up, time for no chaser.
He always got creative visuals. Shout out to Kendrick for that.
He definitely in character on this new shit.
Yeah. He definitely carried that.
He got that.
I could see him doing some live plays.
Performing arts.
Performing arts plays off this album. And that might be what he was aiming for with the rest of the steppers.
Yeah.
But that's why I said it's so hard to pick this one. So you got that one. Can you name him again, Pop? You got Mr. Morales and the Steppers.
God Did.
I
Never Liked You.
Future.
Come Home, the Kids Miss You.
Jack Harlow. See.
And then It's Almost Dry.
Almost Dry. See, that's gonna be tough. See, I spoke on the Jack Harlow shit. Future, I Never Liked You. He got one of the biggest singles on there.
Mm-hmm.
Him, Drake, and your girl. What's her name? Damn.
Who you talking about?
African girl.
Tim's.
Yeah, my bad. Excuse me for that. Tim's, Drake, and then Future, they got one of the biggest tracks of the year. So his album is going to get considered anyway.
Yeah.
But you know me, I'm sliding with the Almost Dry. It's Almost Dry. If you ain't seen the album review I've done on that, check out YouTube Mindset Podcast ATL. You'll see the album review I did off of It's Almost Dry.
Fast.
That's definitely one of the best albums. Even if it was dropped at the top of the year, you might have forgot about it. It might not be ringing off like it's supposed to.
Fast.
But man, go and relive that. So I'm going to settle it down to 2 out of those, and I'm going to pick It's Almost Dry and Jack Harlow's. Those are mine.
Okay.
Out of them 2, one of those is going to win the album of the year. And the Kendrick shit too, I can't never count that out, but I like those 2 other than opposed to that one.
Right. I got you.
Yeah.
Let's tap into the college football playoffs, man.
It's here. It's right. It's here back again, bro.
It's been a lot going on this season. A lot of people moving around. A lot of upsets happening.
Yep.
But college football playoffs, and you know they about to change it. Right now it's 4 teams.
What is it gonna go to?
Huh?
What you think it's gonna go to?
They finna change it to 12.
Oh, they about to go straight from 4 to 12?
4 to 12.
Shit, I thought they were
after next season, 2023.
Okay.
They going straight to 12. I thought they should have went from 4 to 8.
Yeah, I was saying 6, but 4 to 8 is better than yeah.
But what you got? TCU, Ohio State, Georgia,
and
Michigan.
It's set to be Georgia versus Ohio State,
Yeah.
TCU versus Michigan.
Yeah. And with that said, man, I think Georgia definitely gonna sandblast Michigan. Ohio State.
Yeah.
We gonna sandblast their ass.
I think it's gonna get rough right after the third quarter. I think fourth quarter, Georgia gonna put them boys out of harm's way.
Yeah.
But
Stetson Bennett on fire right now.
Yep.
Ain't no stopping them boys.
Is he one of the finalists for the MVP? I mean, for the college football.
You know, I'm not real sure about the
Heisman,
MVP.
Excuse me, not the MVP.
Yeah, the Heisman. I mean,
yeah.
I thought the boy from Michigan, the running back that just got hurt.
Yeah.
I thought he should have been a candidate for the MVP for sure.
Okay. Quarterback from Tennessee.
Yep, he got hurt too. He got hurt too. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. I ain't sure how it's gonna go. You know, Alabama missed the they missed the playoffs this year.
They missed it, man.
Clemson missed it this year.
Yeah.
I think Georgia probably gonna end up playing Michigan again.
I think it's Georgia-Michigan again.
I think it's Georgia-Michigan again, which should be a good matchup. I give the edge to Georgia.
Yes, I do.
I just think we got too much. With them missing their starting running back. Now, Edwards is a beast.
Yeah. But you need all
he
pieces.
He got the MVP for the championship last game.
Yeah. Yeah. But when you playing the best of the best, and these playoffs is the best of the best, you need all your pieces.
Yeah.
So you're gonna need 2 running backs. You're gonna need a good D line. You're gonna need your offensive line to be look at them blocking like a mug.
Yeah.
And right now Georgia momentum so heavy,
Fact.
they steamrolling straight to the motherfucking national championship game.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna go ahead and predict it right now. I think they're gonna hold it down and win by a touchdown and a half. And when I say half, I mean a touchdown and a field goal. So I think at least 10.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna win by at least 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I think it'd be good to watch, man. So you know what I mean, get your popcorn ready.
Get the popcorn ready.
It's definitely gonna be entertaining.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying, we'll see where they go next year. But
we'll see.
I definitely got Georgia winning the Natty.
Yeah.
You know, back to back.
Yeah, back to back. Shout out, say that again because
back to back.
That's not easy in the way these college playoffs is going.
Bang.
And the crazy thing about that is they had a lot of seniors that left last year.
Yeah.
So I was kind of skeptic about, damn, how far they gonna make it this year?
They defense still got
still holding up.
We still got the best tight ends in football.
Yeah, blocking and receiving tight ends. That's important when it comes to the nowadays.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm giving the edge to Georgia, and I want to see them play the best of the best on the other side, so it don't be just a wash. And Michigan is better than TCU, so
fact.
Michigan.
But yeah, make sure y'all check the games out when they come on. But throw your little football party. You know what I mean?
Word.
I'm definitely gonna try to put something together.
Now let me ask you this: the college football has made another move when it comes to these coaches, a big name move. And maybe he could work his squad up to competing for a national championship. Or matter of fact, competing for a place in that playoffs when the time comes. And I'm talking about the Colorado Buffaloes.
Okay.
You feel me? They got a new coach, and it's Deion. Prime time himself, Coach Prime.
Yeah, how about that? All right, you go do this, guys. Good luck, man.
Wow. I'm not lost for words. I'm just trying to seize the moment. Wow. Don't you ever tell me what God ain't. Don't you ever tell me his limits. Don't you ever tell me what you're up against and what you can't do. And all the persons in the world, God chose me. For that, I thank you. For that, I love him. For that, I magnify him. For that, I glorify him. For that, I praise him. For that, I owe him. Each and every day, I'm trying to please him. Congressman, university president, several elected board of regents, and I thank you, sir. And I thank you all for being here today. You have no idea the feelings that I have and emotions that I have inside. Rick is a whole nother thing. I met my match. Yeah, clap it up for him. I met somebody that was profound, that was passionate, that was caring, that stood on morals, God-fearing man, devoted husband, understands the game, understands people, understands life. And he will not stop till he's accomplished all that he set out to accomplish. Against adversity simultaneously. And he stopped me in my tracks and just made me ponder the thought that a Florida boy who resides in Texas could come to Colorado. You gotta clap for that, darn it. Tracy, my fiance, Constance, my daughter, Pretty Tony, the whole crew, Coach Hart, Coach Kelly, Coach Mathis, all that guys, whoever else. Where's my son? Junior, stand up. Yeah. He does all our social media, so all the stuff you've been seeing, that's him. The profanity is him as well. Is it? Where's Shador? Shador? And this is your quarterback, all right? He's gonna have to earn it, though, believe that. He's going to have to earn it. Yeah, the quarterback's going to have to earn it. The safety made me mad, so I didn't bring him. His brother. He's in my doghouse right now. Wow. Colorado, you showed up and you showed out. This is unbelievable. It's funny how God always takes me to the unthinkable and provokes me to do the things that people wouldn't fathom doing. And I never would have thought at this time last year when I was laying up in the hospital dealing with these blood clots, getting 2 toes amputated and the sides of my legs cut out, that I would be in Colorado in this beautiful weather, this beautiful place, this beautiful city, which is virtually crime-free with over 36,000 students and a fan base that just won't stop. Don't you ever tell me nothing that God can't do, because this is flat out incredible. God, this is incredible. As you know, I have work to finish in Jackson, Mississippi. They tell me we and O. That means we hadn't lost to anybody. We're and O. And we got to win the championship. But simultaneously, like I play baseball and football, I can multitask and I can focus. And this is my job and my occupation and my business and my dream to bring you back to where you know you should belong. We're going to have one of the best coaching staffs assembled, some of the best scouts, some of the best kids that we're recruiting, and commitments already coming on the way as I speak. And now that I've gotten here and I see it, and I understand it, Rick, and I can grasp it, and I can touch it, and I can feel it, and I can taste it, I truly understand what you want. All you want is an opportunity to win, to compete, to dominate, to be amongst the elite, to be amongst the best. And darn it, I'm going to give you that. We don't have to do anything. We're going to outwork them. We're going to out-recruit them. We're going to out-scout them. We're going to out-develop. We're going to get our education. We're going to graduate these young men. These young men are going to be on campus respectful and considerate and kind, opening doors for you and making sure everything is copacetic. And they're going to say yes, sir, and no, sir, yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am, or they're going to have to deal with me. That's just the way I father. That's the way I parent. That's the way I coach. I'm old school. Sometimes I may look like an old fool, but I'm just old school. Guys, After we get finished with this work, I just want you to know we're on the way. Not to compete, but to win. Not to show up, but to show out. Not to be among the rest, but to be the absolute best. We're coming to work. We're not coming to play. We're coming to kill, not to kick it. Baby, I got to believe that we're coming. You got to feel that energy inside of you that we're coming, don't you? You got to feel it that we're going to be there. You got to feel it when you get in that stadium. You better get in there early because time to kick off consumes. Baby, we're coming. Do you understand it? Do you feel that? Do you understand the intensity, the excitement, the adrenaline, the rush that I got right now that I can't wait till this thing kicks off because we are coming. Boulder, Colorado, you have no idea what you've blessed me with, the opportunity that you've given me, and I feel like I owe you. So every day I'm going to work for you. I'm going to strain for you. I'm going to develop for you. I'm going to commit for you. I'm going to do the things that others wouldn't do. Baby, we're coming. So anybody ask you something about when is he coming back, you say, I don't know, but I know he's coming. Rick, thank you once again. Because there are several African-American head coaches around the country that were terminated, and they were not replaced by African-American coach. But you had the audacity to do such a thing. Not only to do such a thing on this time, but several times you've done such a thing. So I thank you for your nerve. I thank you for your courage. I thank you for seeing past the color and the ethnicity and seeing the man with a plan to bring you back to the place of promise. Truly, my man, I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. God, I thank you. I want you to get ready to start seeing cameras because we film documentaries. Matter of fact, we have our doc drops. What's the date? December 15th, and this is going to be part of it. So we have a documentary, so the kids, they want exposure. They want to be on television. They want the lights and the action. But they got to understand the same thing that causes you to shine will show your blemishes as well. So we're going to give them that. We're going to give them the followers. We're going to give them the attention. We're going to give them the love. We're going to give them the support. And we need each and every one of you. Because the caliber of players that we're getting ready to bring to you, they're going to want something. But guess what? I'm going to want something back. I'm not crazy about the NILs, but I understand the NILs. But I would rather our kids be focused on the NFL and not just the NIL. But if we have to do what we have to do to make sure they're comfortable, I want them to be comfortable. I don't want them to worry about anything. And from the complex in this facility that I've seen, shoot, I ain't worried about nothing but darn self. Rick, I know you said I would bring the heat, but literally, we bringing the heat. Can somebody turn on the air around here? Darn it, I thought you said you had everything straight. Where's that? I digress, and I can't wait to see you amongst town and just shake your hand and look in your eye and tell you how much I thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, each and every one of you. This is a dream, this is a blessing, and we've only just begun. God bless.
Who's led Jack State to a lot of accomplishments with these last couple years?
A ton, man. I think over the course, so Deion Sanders has been with, Jackson State for the past 3 years.
He got 3 in with him.
They have a compiling record of 27-5.
That's a good record.
They are 12-0 this year.
Yep.
There's been a lot of comments surrounding, his move to Colorado. Been a lot of negative things. I guess people think they turned his back on the HBCU community.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? I think he done a lot for Jackson State. I think he brought a lot of resources to Jackson State.
Yeah.
He brought a lot of recruits to Jackson State. They landed Travis Hunter, which was like the number 1 recruit in his class, bringing him to Jackson State. New uniforms, upgrades in facilities, got new turf.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
A new mindset. You know what I mean? They feel like they can win every game now. That's important.
A new mindset,
When it comes to competing at a high level. You gotta feel like you could win before you even touch the field. And Deion is definitely one of the guys that'll have you feeling like you won before you even touch the battlefield.
Exactly. He's a great motivator.
Yeah.
He boosted the economy of Jackson State.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, really.
He really did.
This is, you know what I'm saying? These are facts.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? He has ride shares. You know what I'm saying? He boosted the hotels, the restaurants, the business, all around business.
All around.
He has 2 conference championships.
Yep. Basically gave the town
new facilities.
Gave the town something to cheer for.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot, bro. It's a lot, man. And I think there's only so much you can do as far as like a HBCU though. Like, I think whoever comes in after him, he gave them a great
foundation.
Great foundation for them to step into.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I would want to be the coach to come in and step in behind that.
Right.
And ride that wave. You still got to put the work in. You still got to do all that. But yeah, you coming in on a team that's up as far as the win percentage, as far as their volume, so to speak.
Morale.
The morale is really up. Bro. I mean, take that and lead off with it. Now, how could you be mad at somebody who's done all of that, boosted everything like that, but not only that, this is a business.
It's a business.
So if I'm putting all mine into this, which I feel like he put all his, I know he did because he has 2 sons that plays for Jack State.
Fair.
So he had to put all in to that coaching and the little coaching staff. He boosted the rest of the coaching staff also. But how could you be mad for somebody doing that who was making yearly who's made $300,000 that year for doing that, trying to jump into the 4.55 million bracket? You can't be mad.
Yeah,
I'm a coach first.
Huge upgrade.
Yeah, it's a huge upgrade. I'm a coach first. So if I've accomplished this much for this team and this organization, I'm leaving y'all off undefeated.
Under these type conditions.
Under these conditions, yeah.
Because, I mean, a lot of what he went through at the HBCU, he's not going to experience in Colorado.
That's a fact. Let's just flash back to the coach who was mad at the handshake shit.
Right.
Yeah, I'm beating your ass, and you mad you don't want to shake my hand or acknowledge me. That's little boy shit. So I'm jumping to a higher, what can I say? Like, I'm setting my feet into deeper sand, so to speak. Like, I mean, like, these winnings that I'm, like, these games I'm about to move forward to, I think they mean more. And if I could accomplish what I want to accomplish, if I could accomplish what I accomplished at Jackson State in Colorado, I could really change the algorithm. I could really change everything about NCAA now than I could before.
Right.
I was limited at Jack State. I could win 12. I could win 12, and go undefeated every year at Jack State. But is that really gonna boost what we trying to do as far as I can boost it?
Right.
Nah, it's not. It's a limit to that. It's a cap to that. So let me keep going to where the cap is higher. Like this Colorado team that he's trying to put together now. Yeah. 2 or 3 years from now, he's gonna show if he still works and he does what he's supposed to do. He's gonna show like we could really make a change globally. Right. So that's how I feel like he's trying to do.
That's a fact. Yeah. I think he's made great strides at Jackson State. I think he's done a lot for black people. Mm-hmm. He's done a lot for the SWAC, the HBCU community. Yeah. He's brought a lot of recognition to that conference. Yeah, yeah. And I just think it's a great platform to build on. You know, they got to take his blueprint. They got to take what he built, even the coverage. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Like, these games wasn't getting televised before he went there. So they got. I feel like they get money for the games that's on TV.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? It's just a lot, man. But just him moving forward, I think what he's done at Jackson State, I think he can do even greater things at Colorado.
I think so too.
You got a lot of players entering the transfer portal.
Yep.
Some kids that's at Jackson State entering the portal, and then you got some kids that was already at Colorado entering the portal because they know their playing time is going to change.
Yeah.
Like the quarterback, he trying to leave because he knows Shador finna come in. So it's a lot, man.
It's a lot.
And, you know, I think he met with the team, was it earlier today or yesterday? And he means business.
He means business.
He definitely means business. And like if you ain't with what he's about, coaching wise, you can get out.
You could get out. That's basically what he was saying.
The portal is open. You can jump in there. You know what I'm saying?
Jumping
But
it down.
if you with my motto and you got these qualities that I asked for,
Yeah.
then we gon' flourish.
Basically what he's
We
saying
here to
is,
win.
if you're not here to work your ass off and change this program from what it is now to what I'm trying to make it,
Fact.
go to another team.
Get up
I'm telling
outta
you
here.
now, go to another team and get up out of here.
Get up outta
And just because I'm bringing my players over here, well, some of them, and your role is being changed, that don't mean you can't still contribute, because just like any other sport, there's going to be injuries, there's going to be players that don't play well. You're still going to have chances to make your mark, make your imprint.
Right.
But you need more great players on one team at the same vision, at the same pace. You know what I mean? So just
Right.
because somebody's coming in from another team and they might cap your position,
Right.
you still got something to contribute. You might find out that you could play another position. You might find out, oh damn, I'm a way better special team player than I was a starting wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
We need that to win.
Yeah.
So do your role, man. Play your part. Play your position. And let's move it on up. And shout out to Deion.
Yes, sir,
he was
man.
my favorite player. He's my favorite player ever.
Mm.
Yeah, Deion Sanders is my favorite football player ever. So
That's dope.
he the one who tapped me. When I first saw him for the Cowboys doing this thing, I really tapped in and really started learning the league. That's legit. So I like what he's doing now. He's staying in sports and he's building up these young guys to hopefully reach some levels that he's already reached and accomplished.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Now I agree with Bray. You know what I'm saying? That I think his ultimate destination is the NFL.
Yeah.
And maybe these are, you know, steps to get to that. But we salute you,
Yes.
Deion.
Yes.
Deion Sanders, and man, we excited to see what you got coming for Colorado Buffaloes, man. So
Yeah. You got to start somewhere, so make it count. Which he started at Jack, and he
Absolutely.
made it count. We're going to start here again and make it count.
absolutely.
Man, encourage these next coaches that y'all can get a piece of this pie.
Right.
Let's do it.
And I like, you know, he had a little TV show called Coach Prime
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that
by
joint.
Barstool.
Yeah.
That, you know, like Coach Prime was basically like a documentary for the progress that he was making as a coach at Jackson State. So I think that he should keep that same coverage in the Buffalo.
You think so?
Like, bro, this is the wave now.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
It's the wave, man. Like, everybody want to see. They want to be able to go on YouTube and see what's real.
They want to see that shit.
You know what I'm saying? He had a situation where he had blood clots in his leg. He had to get his couple toes amputated. Had to have
man.
surgery on his leg.
Yep.
Like, people want to see that, man. They want to see what you're going through to get to your success.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think you should definitely keep that that portion going into Colorado.
I think so too.
If you could somehow put that together, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's different between HBCU, NCAA, whatever. But I think that definitely definitely be a dope aspect to keep.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
yeah, man. Shout out to shout out to Jackson State. Shout out to Colorado Buffaloes moving
Yes,
forward,
sir.
man.
Yep. Everybody's winning. Everybody winning. in this
winning.
situation.
Everybody winning for sure.
So, you know, since 2020, there's been a standoff on a trial that we know since the incident happened, it was set in stone that we got to find out what's really the backstory of what's going on with this case. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about the Tory Lanez, the Megan Thee Stallion incident in Hollywood, where supposedly somebody had got shot.
Yeah.
But somebody was definitely injured, and it was Megan, and it was a lot of riffraff after that. But going back and forth with the legal team and going back and forth with the two artists, now it's time to really put the pedal to the metal with the case, man. Like, there's no avoiding it no more. There's no he say, she say going on. We already did that. We did the Gail Sayers interview. We did the bashing
That
Tory.
shit was cap. That shit there was a movie in the making.
It's a movie in the making, but it happens because, you know what I'm saying, it's for publicity, it's for the viewers to get a little bit more information on what's going on. So it's necessary, I guess. But now the truth got to be revealed, you know what I mean? And this trial has started. So, and I've just learned this from an Instagram post. I seen Tory Lanez with his suit on, just saying, everybody have a blessed day. And really, that's him just saying, it begins, man. We got to sit down and we got to talk about this shit. And we got to put the fake stories to the back line and get these facts going and get these hands raised and these one hand on the Bible, one hand raised, man. Yeah. But since 2020, the shoe incident is just it's been in memes, it's been in tracks, it's been just in the conversations.
Everybody in hip hop want to know what
Everybody want to know exactly what happened.
Like everybody.
Yeah, cause you got two
It's
people.
been in songs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's been a topic of conversation for years.
Yeah.
And I think my boy Tory innocent, man. To be honest with you,
Man, I think you know what I'm saying. You got from friend to foe. You got two people who was close friends, and alcohol, drugs, and just moments in times could change all that shit, man.
for sure.
And we all know, we don't know exactly what happened, but we do know one thing led to another. And when you're intoxicated, sometimes you can't control it.
Right.
Just to say now, I'm just glad it didn't end up the worst it could have ended up, and which is somebody's life getting taken away, or somebody being in the chair for the rest of their life. You know, just bad. It didn't end like that. So that's one thing I'm glad about. It's not the end of the world, however this trial turns out, but it is time to for the nitty gritty to start.
Yeah.
And it's not just them two. You got a supporting cast that you got to find out what their role in it too. What their role was in it. What was their role in the whole thing.
For sure.
So you know, just get your legal team ready, baby. It's time.
For sure. I think this shit gonna go down as one of the more classic hip hop trials.
Yeah, I think so.
You know
too.
what I mean?
I think this is the second coming of the P Diddy and Shine shit.
Yeah.
As far as how big it is, because this shit been sitting for almost 3 years. It's been sitting for 2 years, but it's leading on 3 years.
Yeah. It's been a while.
It's been a while, but they're such good artists that everybody wants to know why this and why that. And then they got to put it on the screen for real. And I pray nobody career gets cut short because of this, because their life didn't get cut short.
Right.
That's how I feel.
That's a fact, man. You know what I mean? Regardless of the outcome, you know what I'm saying? They're both still living.
Yeah.
And
making music.
Able to make music.
Yeah.
Even though they tried to blackball my boy.
They tried to black Tory out of there.
Tory still putting out classic albums.
Hold up, and I gotta go to it right now because throughout all this mischief and everything, throughout all of this, the man still charted for a #1 album. You dig what I'm saying? And the album name is Sorry for What? Is he saying? What is he saying, Pop? He's saying sorry for what? What I'm sorry for?
This go back.
I ain't shoot the motherfucker.
This go back to how you was talking about them Drake album names.
Yeah.
It's on that.
Okay.
It's like put the album names together.
Yeah.
Like,
So I'm a playboy.
he on some shit.
That's
man.
Alone at Prom. And what am I sorry for? Sorry for what?
I'm telling you.
You know what I mean? One thing I can say about them. Well, excuse me. One thing I could say about both of them. They since the incident, they both put out good music.
For sure.
I could say that. But Tory has capitalized off of it all because he was the one that was counted out.
Right.
He definitely had more backlash than Megan did as far as the bashing and the
Yeah, because everybody took Meg's side in the beginning, you know?
Yeah. And I'm not mad about that because she was limping and he, you know, she was the one that was affected, like physically affected by it. Like, so of course,
shit was visible.
It has a visible effect. So we know, only thing that we do know is that something happened that made cops come out. That's the only thing we know.
Right.
That's all we know. Is something happened physically that made cops show up.
Right.
What happened? We're gonna find out. But I just want to mention that real quick. Before we get into the next topic, which is just wrapping up the incident that led up to the fatal, tragic death of 1/3 of the Migos, which is Takeoff's death. You know what I mean? That was a tragic death that happened. Was it November 1st?
I'm not sure.
I'm thinking it was November 1st in Houston, Texas. And you know, it kind of shook up the world, shook up the community. It definitely shook up Atlanta because the Migos is one of the premier groups in hip hop, and they reside in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? But they did capture. Okay, so they made a couple of arrests. They made the first arrest fairly quickly, which led to this next arrest, and it was a guy trying to flee. He got his passport and he was trying to get the fuck up out of here. Yeah. So when it's like that, you already know somebody's guilty of something when they trying to run off instead of handling what they got to handle.
Yeah.
And the guy, it's a 33-year-old guy named Xavier Clark, who was arrested in Houston for the murder of Takeoff. So, you know, his trial is still pending the case is still pending until trial. So we'll know what's going on. We'll know all the factors involved. But these leads led up to that. You feel what I'm saying? So It is something being done about that death right there. And that's just the main thing. That Takeoff's family gets closure.
Yeah. I think that's super important, man.
Yeah.
You got families out here mourning. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even really have much to do with the situation that took place. So it's really like a unfortunate. I mean, any death is unfortunate.
Any death is unfortunate, yeah.
When you that young, man, it's definitely unexpected. Like
definitely unexpected.
It's crazy, man.
I mean, you're going around, you're promoting your album, and you get invited to somebody's celebration of life, which was a birthday celebration they was invited to in Houston. And you know, we spoke on the last episode about things that could happen when you in those type of situations, as far as dice games or parties or just an element where there's a lot of people involved. And you just got knuckleheads out the group, man, that just make it bad for everybody else. Who was you shooting to? Who was you shooting at?
Who was you shooting?
You waving your shit in the crowd. You got a problem with somebody at the dice game and it's a crowd of people. Go be direct. Go over to that person, sort it out like that. And I'm speaking from outside looking in. I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? If it was a reason that you brandished your gun, it's gonna come out in trial, but look what happened.
Right.
We get these guns and shit, and niggas want to use them.
Right.
And I'm just glad they finally got an arrest. So we want us to speak on that real quick. Anything else you want to say about that?
Man, just, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Takeoff, man.
Rest in peace, Takeoff, man.
As I mentioned last time, like, they definitely was pioneers of their sound.
Yes.
You know, Migos, the trio.
Yep.
They remind me a lot of Method Man and Redman.
Man, that's crazy.
Like, just like when they perform, going back and forth.
Yeah.
And catching each other's words.
Yeah. That shit gelling, ain't it?
That shit gelling.
Shout out to Only Built for Infinity Links. I gave it another listen. Like I listened to it when it first came out, but since the tragic death, I put it down. I relived it here recently. They got some good music on that, man.
Definitely.
There was a part early in their career where it was only them two rapping for a while because Offset was in some legal issues, and they was definitely going crazy then. So
right.
it brought that feeling back to me of them doing it now, and they going crazy now. And I'm just sad that they not able to promote it and really vibe how they really wanted to vibe releasing this music.
Right.
Praise up to Quavo. Hope he
for sure.
Hope he could you never get over it, but I hope he could put this in a corner pocket and still be able to create music moving forward. So
yeah. I heard too, man, you know, Cardi B came out and made a statement saying that that Offset was having a tough time dealing with it.
It can be tough, man. I mean, it's gonna be tough. These are guys you came in the game with. These are guys that your family, for one.
Yeah.
You grew up, you know, not all family grows up together, but they grew up together. And then y'all come in the industry together and do what y'all did in the industry.
Right.
It's hard letting go, but
that's a fact.
Just anybody who knows them personally, even in the game or outside the game, this is a time to really give all you could give and really help people through their tough time.
Right.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yep. So it's mindset moment time again. And each episode we take a moment just to highlight a major portion of the episode that we want to talk on. And with this mindset moment, it's about, you know, just people's true intentions and not taking ownership in their actions. If you've been following all the social sites and you've been following everything that's going on right now, it's a lot of vacation that gets booked through the year, and most of the time, it's a group of people that you're going with. Most of the time, you're not going by yourself. It's either one or more. And with one of these instances, it was a group of people. They vacated in Mexico, and not everybody made it back home safe. You know what I mean? So, true intentions wasn't being displayed in this. Somebody actually lost their life. So if you don't know the cover story, it was a group of people that took a vacation to Mexico, and within 24 hours, man, within the first day they was out there, a fight break out, man, and it ended up being tragic.
Damn.
And just in through life, we got to know that for one, if you got any problems, work them out before you go on a trip with somebody.
Right.
If there's anything brewing and there's any kind of confliction that you feel with someone else, you can't go out of town with them, let alone go out of the state with them.
Yeah.
You think what I'm saying? But anyway, this happened, and someone was left for dead. And the problem with that is, of course, you may have fights and you may have arguments with your friends or wherever you go or whatever, but the whole thing is about taking ownership over your actions and making it back safe. You feel what I'm saying? They didn't take ownership over this action because they left the girl for dead. It was a fight broke out, they left the girl for dead, and they came back with excuses why they did this and why that, and they was actually lies. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So it's like just being a better person and taking ownership on your actions. If you know you had bad intention from the jump, tell somebody. I could book a separate room when we get there. We could separate wherever we staying at.
Yeah.
We all ain't gotta be in the same.
Divide
Yeah, we ain't all gotta be in the same range where I can see you and think negative stuff. If I'm going on vacation with somebody, I don't want to think negative anyway.
Right. I just want to have fun.
Have fun, create these memories I want to capture, and make it back home safe. Instead, they didn't even have a day worth of fun. They didn't take no pictures of creating memories they want to take back. They got a violent video that's surfacing around that they wish they never recorded, and someone got left for dead. So, what I just want to say is, speak on it. If you got issues with somebody and you consider them your friend and shit ain't moving well, let somebody know. Let them know. If you're not confident enough to let them know, let another friend know. Let the circle somebody gotta know before it end up terrible, before it end up looking lame and looking how whack it looks right now.
Right.
Somebody was lost, lifeless in a whole nother place that's not considered home. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that shit's sad, man. I don't know a whole lot about the story, but
yeah, and might I add, the story's still unfolding.
Yeah, exactly. Facts still coming out, but I mean, you just gotta find people you trust, man. Like I personally don't move around with people that I ain't got 100% trust in, and maybe they had that, maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I can't really speak on the situation, but I just think, you said the girl lost her life. I think when someone loses their life, like everybody goes into shock.
Yeah.
So it's like, I want to hide it, but it's eventually going to come out.
It's eventually going to come out.
So some of the facts get screwed, twisted up, and it's just like all of that shit really is just out of fear of what's to come. You know what I'm saying? Somebody going down for it.
Definitely.
Somebody got to go down for it. Somebody got to pay for this life that was lost. So,
definitely. And
it's crazy, man.
Just to add to that, nobody's perfect. We all have been in a fight once or twice or even more than that amongst friends.
Right.
But when you see it's going sideways, put the fucking phone down and go help somebody, man.
Right.
Everybody just sitting there recording until y'all gonna record until the shit get all the way sour.
Exactly.
It's a time when you gotta put the phone down and say, hey, we on vacation, man. You know what I mean? So that's what makes you think since it was a setup. That's what makes you think like, why are y'all still recording somebody? Y'all could see somebody getting brutally injured. Yeah. That's the toughest thing I had to, I watched the video only one time. For one, it wasn't that clear when I saw it, and I didn't want to keep reliving that. I didn't want to keep watching it. Yeah. Put it like that. But I watched enough to learn that somebody was looking helpless and everybody else was recording. I don't like that shit, man.
That shit's crazy.
Why y'all doing that? And then we not at home. Man, this could end up bad for everybody. We supposed to be somewhere having fun. Mm-hmm. If y'all got a disagreement, man, handle that shit. I'm not paying my money to go nowhere and watch somebody fight unless I'm going to a fight.
Right, exactly.
So, mainly, I hope all these friends get held accountable for something. They might not all have the same amount of jail time, however that works out, but they all need to learn that they all need, this is a slap in the face for all of them. They all need to be held accountable for something because they all witnessed it. Whoever was in there recording it witnessed it, man. Yeah. And this shit's sad.
Definitely. They might all need to be charged with something.
With something, man. You know what I mean? But
it's crazy.
That just tells you just moving forward. Like if you're going on vacation, make it an actual vacation. Make it something that's pleasant.
Pleasant.
Who knows if they was planning to do that since the jump? Yeah. We're gonna get her somewhere we could shut her ass up or, do this and do that.
Right.
But that's not the move. That's not the move. Your life has changed forever.
And it was probably something simple.
Yeah.
Something that could have been talked out. But it is what it is, man. I mean, definitely rest in peace to her.
Rest in peace to her. And her name is Shanquilla Robinson. excuse me, I hope I'm saying that right. But I'm sure if you tapped in, you read the headlines.
Right.
When it's all said and done, and the facts come out, it's always still going to be a rest in peace to her because she didn't get a chance to defend herself.
Right.
Not verbally, not physically. To her, that was supposed to be a fun time in that year, but it wasn't.
Right. So every episode, you know, we do flowers at the end of every episode. Basically shouting out somebody of the culture.
Yeah.
You know, somebody we paying attention to. So my flowers go to Mysonne, the general.
The General Mysonne?
Yeah, man. I if you've been like locked in on Instagram, definitely follow Mysonne, the general. He's a rapper first and foremost, but you know, I think he saw a bigger purpose. He saw a calling, and basically what his platform is about is basically bringing awareness to injustices that we experience as black individuals.
Yeah, I would say the same. Yep.
So whether it be Kyrie getting mistreated for making, you know, verbal statements, or police brutality on this end.
He was heavy on the George Floyd tip.
Yeah, definitely. Or, you know, it even goes into his raps. He makes conscious raps about different topics or whatever.
Yep.
So he covers a wide spectrum of things, and I just think he need his flowers while he here.
He does, bro.
He took a step back as far as like the music thing, and I think he found a bigger purpose doing what he doing now, bringing awareness to these type situations. So yeah, man, shout out to Mysonne, the general.
Yes, sir.
We definitely rocking with you. We see what you're doing. We see the move that you're making, and salute to you, Mindset Pod. You know
Salute to Mysonne, man. Keep it going. Keep it stretching on. Keep putting that information out, because somebody listening and somebody needs to
somebody
hear.
definitely listening.
You feel what I'm saying? Okay, that was a good one, Pop.
For sure.
I like that one. That was overdue because the boy is on it. Now mine, I got to give my flowers to this individual for a number of reasons, but not only musically, but she's covered grounds through the movie screen too.
Got a female.
Got a female.
Okay.
3 decades in with the music, and over a decade in with the film too. Low key a actress for real.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I gotta give my flowers to the one and only Mary J. Blige. I gotta give it to Mary J. Blige. And of course she's well known for the music. She's the queen of hip hop and R&B. You know, that's a mixed genre. You feel what I'm saying? That's hip hop and R&B. She started with the dancing and the motherfucking singing at the same time. Y'all all know her story. Mary J. Blige has been putting out classic hits for years. But what I've noticed and what I really want to give the flowers to is her acting, man. Her big screen shit.
That's what's up.
You feel what I'm saying? Just 2 notable movies I want to point out is Prison Break.
Okay.
And another movie called Mudbound. If you haven't seen Mudbound, go check that out. Now, let's start off with Mudbound.
She's in one of my favorite movies too.
Call It Out.
Prison Song.
Excuse me. I said Prison Break. I meant Prison Song.
Prison Song, yeah.
Prison Song. Prison Song. She's playing the dad. She's playing the mother of Q-Tip.
Q-Tip, yeah.
Which is an orphan son who has to find his way.
Played by DJ Just.
Yep. He's an artist. He's trying to find his way out of that life. You know what I mean? Find his way to a life. But it's a great movie if you haven't seen it. But just her acting in there, man, she really looks like a mother that's scorned and a mother that's went through everything she could go through, just within that type of community and that kind of atmosphere. You know what I mean? At the end of the movie, But throughout the movie, it shows that she's kind of losing it mentally.
Mm-hmm.
She can't really sustain a family environment, so her son gets affected by it. And you see what happens to him. He's fighting his way in the prison system. But just her role in that, man, is phenomenal. And then you got Mudbound, which is compared by two families in the early 1940s who's coming up in Mississippi. One is a white family, the other is a black family, and how they have to interact.
Right.
You feel me? And they really, that movie is phenomenal, man. And she plays a great role in that. Shout out to Mary, man, because not only is she a musical genius, she taps in. And another, I got to give her a shout out to Power, too.
Yeah.
I got to give her a shout out to Power because she's doing a thing on that. See what I'm saying? Like, she is really transforming into being the best that she could be with just her talents.
Definitely.
So not only music, I got to give Mary her flowers for the big screen, too.
For sure.
So Mary J. Blige, you get your flowers here from Fella. You know what I mean? If you ever need me for something, just
holla at
just
the
tap in the Mindset Podcast.
You feel
and
me?
if you can't get me on the line, Papa definitely assist you in how you can get me in one of your movies or on one of your tracks. I'm definitely a fan. You hear me?
Absolutely, man. Shout out Mary J.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shout out Mysonne.
Yes.
And there you have it, man. Mindset Pod, episode 8, season 4.
Season 4.
Another one, man. We would like to give a big thank you to our sponsor,
Yes.
Mr. All In Cars, Mr. Rashad Allen.
Yeah.
If you need your car wrapped, windows tinted, you know what I'm saying? All the above. The boy got merch.
Yep.
The boy got hella content going on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, whatever.
You can find it.
You can definitely find them, man. Make sure you hit us up for all your car wrap needs.
Yes, indeed.
We will definitely connect the dots.
We'll connect them for you.
I am your dog Pop.
You rocking with your boy Fella.
And you are now tuned into another episode of Mindset Podcast. We out of here.
Till the next time.
You heard?
You go bite on something, man.
That was a great episode.
True to the game, I remain solid. They toot their nose up cause I don't fuck with everybody. Cause they really hiding demons deep off in their closet. I'd rather pull up to the bank and make a new deposit. I'm a product of the real cause I move in silence. Eternal poetry cause this shit is timeless. On this marathon forever I got different mileage. I'm steady gassing in the whip cause we on autopilot. Hey.